21 and 22, and Gene Stus trying to live down what happened last week at the Showboat in Las Vegas.
Only averaged 220.
He's got confidence in it.
Players averaged about 210, all 5 of them, that is, composite-wise. Championship round there. Gene opens with a strike and obviously feels better about this pitch.
Don Gilman a little slow getting up. I asked him if he'd ever been on any kind of local telecast or anything. He said, nope. He says, I'm a true rookie. So this is his first shot. I'm sure that even at 55, his heart's beating quite rapidly right now.
Stroke type player, turned it a little early and crosses over and trips out the 6 pin. We did not see him throw the ball on the Brooklyn side in an hour of practice.
Well, it's different when they turn that lights on, I tell you. Leans over, it's 4-step player. Kind of holds the ball like Marshall Holman. Very simple game, short backswing, nice slide. You know, he's got a simple game. Once he gets lined in, he repeats shots, and he's got a nice roll on the ball, Dan. His ball carries well.
Don averaged 233 for the opening round and was second after 6 games in this tournament, and comes back nicely and doubles up on Gene Stus.
Did you see him extend through that ball that time? I mean, the hand went right around the ball and the fingers imparted lift to it. Very nice hand release and just more relaxed. He got that break the first frame.
Gene Stus, who defeated Bob Korth last night in the position round game, 214 to 205, just snuck into the top 5. Tries for the light hit and gets it. 4 shots, 4 X's here at Cal Bowl.
I'll tell you what, Dan, there were a lot of pins standing there for a second. They all fell down. That was really a weird hit. Watch Gene, 5-step player. Again, what we're looking for him is to see if he stays down as he lets the ball go. Well, he wants to come up. You know, it's so close. The difference between a good shot and a bad shot with him.
Still favoring that tender left knee that injured a week ago. Beautiful shot by Gene Stus on the left-hand lane.
Stayed down really nice with that shot all the way through. But even on his good shots, you know, he lets it go, and then it's just instinctive for him to stand straight up.
Don Gilman, 55 years of age. Out here playing with the kids. Crosses over again on the right-hand lane, and this time not as fortunate.
Well, last time the 3-pin tripped out the 6. This time he leaves the solid 6. And he had the right lane figured out in practice. He's just not extending through that. And that's caused by nerves and pressure right now.
Hails from Oregon City, Oregon. And John Handegard told me that he's been bowling against Don for the better part of 30 years. He said he started to bowl him in Oregon events back in the early 60s. He said he's a very fine player. And if you take a look at the board, look at Gilman. Was never lower than 4th at any time during the week.
Well, that's amazing. He just had a good reaction here all week long, leading the tournament after the 4th round.
Quick look at the board. 5 strikes and 6 frames. Things happening quickly here at Cal Bowl in Lakewood, California. And soft with the speed. The big 4 jumps up on lane 21.
Soft all the time. You know, when you get a little sharp reaction at that back end, we watch it here. The ball's pretty much on line, but he's really slowed down with the speed on this one. Can't quite tell how fast it's going. The bowler track's too far away for these feeble eyes to see. Oh, there it is, 15.6. That's getting the speed down there. 6 out. You always want to get the 2, Dan. You need every pin that you can get.
Gene Stus, who was a victim last week, now leads by 29 as he heads into the 4th frame after starting with the first 3.
Gene's ball's reacting really interestingly on the telecast. It skids, makes a hook, and then kind of rolls out right at the pins. There's the skid. Now it's moving. That one didn't roll out. Earlier, when the back ends were a little drier, the ball was kind of going straight at the pocket. That one kept finishing all the way through. So the oil is carrying down the lane, something we talk about in the tip team.
All right, would you prefer to have your ball roll out in the pocket or continue to hook?
I never had a trouble with my ball rolling out of the pocket, Dan.
You mean it wasn't rolling by the time it got there?
Many times that's true. Exactly right.
Back in the full roller days, perhaps.
And even later.
One thing is for sure, Stus is online, lined up, and targeted on 21 and 22. Had 1 light hit, but other than that, Gene is now 5 for 5.
And poor Don Gilman, the first time he's on television, the guy's got 5 in a row at him. It reminds me when Nelson Burton beat me my first time. He had 6 in a row at me. So,
well, he just tried to welcome you to the big leagues. As you mentioned, Don thinks, boy, he comes out, finishes 21st, goes right up and makes a telecast. Boy, it's easy out here, but
let him talk to John Hersenna. They've averaged 240 at him in the last 8 games. So.
Incredible record for him. 1-7 in title matches.
He's got to get a little meaner or something. The big physical body. Throw a little fear into his opponents.
He is a good-hearted guy. He goes out, and no matter what happens, he's going to enjoy himself. Opening match moving along quickly. Gene Stus with a 5-bagger leads by 49. So he's trying to send Don Gilman to Escondido about 5 frames early.
Right. Get him on the road quickly.
What a difference a week makes. Last week it was 153 in the title match. He's got that beat almost right now.
He's already got let's see, 110. He's already got 120 if he doesn't throw another ball.
There you go. Better shot. Turn around, must have known it. Left the soft end pin.
Some of the players are having a little trouble sticking on the left part of the approach, shooting 10 pins. Tim Albin, we'll see in the next game, spent a lot of time practicing 10 pins during this hour of practice.
Yeah, I think he spent 55 minutes shooting 10 pin and the 7 pin and about 5 minutes trying to find the pocket. Of course, the first shot he threw at the pocket, he struck. So maybe he knew something that we didn't. Spare up for Gilman in the 6th, but he is down by 50 because Gene Stus has done nothing but label the pocket here at Cal Bowl in Lakewood. Nothing. With 9 career sanctioned 300 games, started with the first 5.
Well, he's not even thinking about it at this point. He gets a couple more and it'll start floating through the back part of his mind. But right now he's just